Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan and today we're going to be talking about Uncharted 4. The game is obviously going to be coming out next week, so I'm really looking forward to playing that. But over the past couple of days, the Uncharted 4 devs have been talking about multiplayer and their plans for the future and how they're going to support the game post-launch and all that stuff. So let's just get straight down to it. They announced quite a few things about the multiplayer, pretty much all of it. And to be honest, there's not a lot. I'm a little bit surprised at how little there is going to be included at launch of the game. So, I mean, the big news is co-op is going to return, but, and here's the big but, it's not coming until later in the year. That's right. So co-op is going to come back, but it's not going to come back until at least autumn time. That's what they're predicting. So yeah, it's a big disappointment. I mean, I was so looking forward to getting into another co-op game, but I guess I'll have to wait a few more months before I can play it again. But anyway, so as I said, the devs have been talking about multiplayer in general, so competitive multiplayer, and one of them has actually wrote a pretty, it's a pretty detailed blog post on the PlayStation website. I'm just going to go through it now, as you can see on screen. So as you can see, obviously the game is coming out on the 10th of May, as you can see there. And then if we scroll a little bit further down, another big piece of news right here, front and center, is that all future maps and game modes will be included for Uncharted 4 players at no additional cost. So basically, I mean, I don't know if any of you watched the wish list I did for co-op, but one of the things I mentioned was that DLC splits the player base, and that made finding games harder, and obviously you play with a lot less experienced people, or just people on different levels basically, and so obviously that's great news for everyone who plays Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Obviously new modes will be coming, as I said earlier at the start, there's not a lot of modes anyway, so I'd hope there's new modes coming, but they are coming and they will be free, and maps will come in as well and they will also be free. So hopefully the player base sticks together. As I said in the wishlist video, is a nice big blob, and hopefully that will increase the longevity of multiplayer in general. Okay, so here's something that is worth looking at. So Uncharted 4 has a multiplayer DLC philosophy apparently. So they're starting off with fairness first, as you can see at the top, and that basically means that everyone will have access to the same items. So I was watching the stream that they did on Twitch, and there is a little bit of information on there that which isn't in this blog, and I will cover that in another video. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on the blog and the stuff that we can see in this particular post, because otherwise it's going to get really messy really quickly. Basically, what that means is everyone can get the same sort of stuff, but as I said, there is a little bit more to it than just that. An involving experience. So basically, as I said just a little bit earlier, all the DLC, maps, game modes, items, they will all be handed out for free to everyone who plays the game. But again, there's a little bit more to it than that. Yes, it's going to be given out for free, but as I said, there's a little bit more to it than that, and I will cover that in the next video. And then content for everyone. All in-game store items will be unlockable through gameplay at no extra cost. So again, all the items will be available to everyone, and everyone can get access to those. As I said, but there's a little asterisk next to this, which we need to cover. A unified community. Everyone gets immediate access to the new maps and game modes at no extra additional cost. That bit is, I suppose, clear cut. So everyone's going to get, as I said, game modes and the DLC maps on the same day. This final bit is, I'm very happy about this. Splitting the player base with newer DLC was always a big issue, and it constantly is an issue in all the games that I play multiplayer. But Mass Effect 3, they did it really well. They gave out their DLC maps for free to everyone. I mean, you could argue they made their money back tenfold via the supply drops, but that's, I mean, I've already covered that, so I won't talk about it again. But maps and modes free to everyone, so everyone can play it at no extra cost. That is a massive bonus, and I appreciate that Naughy Dog have done that. So again, a little bit more, they're just covering the same stuff that I've talked about. So they're putting all the stuff that they add to the game into these chests. Now this is the little asterisk that I was talking about earlier. So yes, they've included it, but you still have to earn it. And what they were talking about in the stream yesterday is that everyone and anyone can buy a chest and get these items completely random, and there's no way of buying these chests with real money, at least not for the time being. But however, some items can be bought via a shortcut. So instead of you grinding for a certain attachment or a certain weapon or something, you can go over to the PSN store, bust out your wallet, you know, literal or metaphorically speaking, and then you can pay to get these items early. So even though they're not locked behind inverted commas paywall, close inverted commas, you can get them a little bit quicker. So if you don't want to grind for it, you can pay for it and get it straight away. So yes, everyone has access to the same weapons, but if you want to splash the cash, you can get them early. So if it's something that's OP and it's going to take a long time to grind, then I guess there's a little bit of pay to win there. But again, until we get the game, it's hard to say how grindy it's going to be and how, you know, if anything's going to be OP at top levels, or if it's just going to be easy to get straight away. So next point, an evolving experience. So as I said earlier, they're going to be introducing a lot of content over the year, hopefully past that point as well, but for the time being they've got a roadmap for this particular year, and as you can see there, just in those brackets, including co-op. So co-op is not going to be in the game at launch. Very disappointing news, but it is going to be coming and it's going to be free for everyone. So I mean, I guess, you know, I'll be busy with the story for about a week or so. I'm going to be busy with multiplayer for the next couple of months. So I guess it's not the end of the world, but I seriously am disappointed. I mean, I don't know what. I'm a little bit frustrated as well because Naughty Dog have had a long time to work on this game, a really, really long time to work on this game, and now, I mean, it's been a couple of delays. All right, it's only been a couple of weeks, couple of months, which is fine, but then to come out and say, oh, we're releasing some content another 6 months down the line, I genuinely don't understand where all this time has gone. I mean, like, they've been working on this, I'm assuming, since the end of The Last of Us, or at least some of the people must have been working it at the end of Uncharted 3, but I don't know, I'm just disappointed. That's all it is. I'm just yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed. If anything, I just really want to play it. You know, I'm that passionate about co-op that I need my fix. I need my fix, boys and girls. Naughty Dog, come on, work faster, please. Make it good, but work faster. So again, DLC available for everyone, and unified community, which is obviously everyone gets the DLCs and the maps at the same time. And so I don't know if anyone from Naughty Dog actually watched my wishlist videos, but a lot of the things that I mentioned have been covered, so I'm very happy about that. So whether or not they listen to me, I mean, they fixed it. That's the main point, right? So moving on to multiplayer DLC economy. So Uncharted 4 post-launch multiplayer DLC will add a broad range of weapons, mysticals, boosters and vanity items, all of which can be unlocked simply by playing. Yes, everything can be unlocked by playing, but as I said, there are shortcuts. So if you don't want to grind for it, you can just pay with real money and get it straight away. Even though, as I said, everyone can get the items, yada yada yada. So the way you earn relics, which is the in-game currency, it's that purple stuff. I don't know if you saw any of my other videos on the Uncharted 4 beta, but I did show some of that stuff in there. So as you can see on the screen, it does say you can complete daily challenges, you can win matches, and I think there's probably other things that you can do to earn relics as well. And basically, relics is an in-game currency where you can buy chests. Now, with chests, obviously, you can get unlocks such as vanity items, and if I just scroll down a little bit more, you can get new stuff like taunts and stuff like that. I mean, like I showed in the beta, as I said, if you want to see what the chest openings looks like, then there's a video on the channel, go and check it out. And I will probably be doing more of those as the game is launched. So how do chests work? Bottom left we're on, by the way. Chest drops are random, so you might not get the item you want right away. And here's a good bit though, but chests will never drop an item you already have. So if you grind enough relics, you can open enough chests, and if you get enough chests, then eventually you'll unlock everything. Now I'm wondering if this is different to the DLC stuff. Like, does that mean you don't have to grind to unlock stuff, you know, that's included, or do you have to? Or is this chest separate to the other stuff they're talking about? As I said, there's a bit of uncertainty, which hopefully will be clarified once the game drops. And now, a little bit in the right-hand side corner, now, it's a little bit funny. It says, "Where is the pay to win?" And it says there is none. Well, that's a bit debatable, but as I said, we'll find out more when the game drops. So all in-game store items are unlockable through gameplay. So you keep saying, if you can't wait, you have the options to buy Uncharted points on the PlayStation Store and use them to immediately unlock in-game items. So here we go. This is where the paying side of things is, as I talked about a little bit earlier. So yes, everything can be unlocked by playing the game, but obviously you have to grind for certain things. But if you want, you can just go straight to the PlayStation Store, and as I said, use real world money to buy Uncharted points, which can then be spent on these items immediately. So I'm just curious to know if there's anything about Uncharted points that we can earn just by playing. You know, it says that relics is the in-game currency, but obviously there's Uncharted points as well. So is it completely separate? So in-game currency, Uncharted points, can that only be bought with real cash, or can that be earned, you know, through grinding as well? or is it, or as the way I see it, I'm assuming that relics are the only in-game currency that can be grinded for, and everything else is real-world money. Moving on. So yeah, here we go. You acquire relics by completing daily challenge winning matches. You can spend them on DLC chests. You'll be able to pick a DLC vanity chest or a gameplay chest. Not too sure what the difference is between those two at the moment. A vanity chest is obviously like taunts and skins and accessories for your characters, stuff like that. Gameplay chest, does that mean you earn like weapons and stuff? Because they weren't included in the vanity chest, at least they weren't in the beta. So I'm just kind of so yes, that's another thing to mention. Variants of weapons will return, as they did in Uncharted 3. So I mean, not too surprising to be honest, but I'm assuming those will be in the gameplay chests. And again, you'll never get duplicates, which is a good thing. Okay, so what they're talking about now is a triple pack, and the triple pack is a little bit odd because this is like the dedicated DLC season pass, and as you can see, you get all the stuff that you can get normally, weapons, boosters, taunts, blah blah blah. I don't know if these are exclusive to DLC. That's what I'm saying. Like, they mentioned that everything's available to everyone, but then they've got these DLC packs. So does that mean if you buy these DLC packs, you get access instantly on the day to these items? Or are these exclusive to DLC people only? A little bit confused about that again, but I'm not too bothered about it though. As I've said before, I'm not that fussed about DLC, and unless the weapons are completely OP, I probably wouldn't be that fussed either. But obviously, it would be nice to earn everything that they can earn. Okay, moving on to the final section of the blog post. As I said earlier, the Uncharted 4 devs have a multiplayer roadmap for the game, and this is their plan. So, summer 2016 is going to be the first DLC drop, so probably a couple of months after launch or something like that. So new maps, new game modes, new weapons, boosters, more vanity items, more skins, and cinema replay feature. So this is the cinema mode from Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. It's not going to be in the game at launch. This is another big thing that I don't understand. Like, these are fundamentals. Co-op cinema mode, these are fundamentals to Uncharted, and they're just not going to be there at launch, which I genuinely don't understand given the time that Naughty Dog had to work on this game. New mysticals, so they're going to be adding a lot more content as the months go by, which is a good thing because obviously it keeps the game fresh for everyone. Everyone can play it. I mean, like with Mass Effect 3, whenever there was a new DLC drop, like everyone would jump back on for that first couple of weeks to play it and, you know, experience the new stuff, and that was a great time because obviously you get your mates back together and you'd play a few more games, and then obviously you take a little bit of a break and you come back at the next DLC drop, and so on and so forth. So I think that's a good plan from what Naughty Dog are planning to do. But again, how is this new stuff going to work? Is it going to be included like straight away, or is it going to be locked behind those chests and then you have to grind to get them? Because, you know, again, that would be a bit sucky. And then moving on to autumn, probably, as I said, 5-6 months from now, co-op's coming out. That's a long time away. Like, the more I think about it, the more depressed I get about the fact that it's so far away, given I've had to wait this long for Uncharted 4. More new maps, more weapons, boosters, blah blah blah, same old stuff. And then winter, more stuff. So I'm assuming they might have like theme stuff as well, like they did in previous games. Again, I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest. I care about the game modes. I'm hurt a little bit that these aren't included at launch. And then obviously spring 2017, more weapons, boosters, blah blah blah. So yeah, quite a lot of information for me to throw at you right there. This is Uncharted 4's roadmap, DLC wise, from Naughty Dog. Be interesting to see once the game drops. Obviously, a lot of this, it's hard to put into concept. Because obviously, without knowing how grindy the game is and stuff, it's hard to say whether this is completely fair or if it's just like giving with one hand but then taking with another, or just, you know, like switching things up but not really changing anything at the core, if you follow what I'm saying. Anyway, more Uncharted 4 news to come. As I said, I will be doing another video explaining a bit more about the things that I heard during the live stream. I'm still analysing it and making notes and stuff. It's about 2 hours long, so it's quite a lot of information for me to digest, but I will condense it into a video when I get the chance. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in being notified about that video. If not, you can always check back in a couple of days. Well, the game's coming out soon, so I'll probably put it up quite soon, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider tapping that like button. I do appreciate it. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you feel about what Uncharted 4 is looking like at the moment in terms of the multiplayer side of things. Do you think Naughty Dog have made good decisions with the way they've spread things out to try and keep... I assume the ultimate goal is for them to keep the longevity of multiplayer going. If everything was here now, I mean, even though I would still be playing it in a year's time, certain players might not. and I think that's what they're worried about, because obviously with Uncharted 3 there was a bit of a drop off after a while. People just moved on to other games, but in some respects that was partly because the game was a little bit grindy for certain things. So but as I said, we'll find out more as the game is released next week. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider tapping that like button. I really do appreciate it. And as I said, if you want to check out other videos, have a look on the channel. There's a couple on there at the moment, but there will be a few more in the next couple of days. And of course, Uncharted 4 is coming out next week, so obviously there'll be a gameplay walkthrough for that on my Plays channel. Links in the description if you want to check that out. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.